all the cast of the Fast movies. How have they been to you? Have they been nothing but supportive?
They're the most wonderful people on the planet. Entertainers, I've been told they're sensitive. They are. I think that's why they're good at what they do, because they are sensitive. I understand Ben had a very hard time coming into the house to get his composure. When he came in, he just did that Ben Diesel, tilted his head and just looked at me. Tyrese. I asked Paul, who do you like best on the show? He says, they're all great people. Tyrese says he's got this really big heart.
Yeah.
And
Tyrese has been helping you guys out through all of this.
I think that Paul to say that about somebody is an awful nice thing. Tyrese stayed there for a long time, and he led us in the most wonderful prayer you'd ever heard.
Last night?
Night before last night. There will always be a special place in our hearts for that man. And we love him, and thank you very much for what you did. Michelle Rodriguez, I said, thanks for coming, and she said, blip. Why wouldn't I come? We're all family.
She's great. I've interviewed her before.
She's a fireball. Paul loved her. He said, boy, if you were going to get in a fight, you want Michelle with you. Forget everybody else. He says, man, she's feisty. And he says, she is just a ball to be around. He says, it's like going around with a stick of dynamite. He said, she is just a real deal,
yeah.
You know. Paul surrounded himself with good people. When they say brothers, it almost feels like had to be some blood there too. These guys knew each other for a long time. Yeah. And two of the very best ones were there, got there with fire extinguishers and stuff. You couldn't have had two better people. It wasn't Oakley, it was Newton. I'm sorry, buddies. You great guys. I'm sorry. And the fireman tried to get one of them away, and he struck the fireman. We're going to arrest him. If anybody could have got Paul out of that car, those guys would have, if all they had were toothpicks, they would have figured out how to get Paul out of that car. That's the kind of men they are. So he had his pals there.
Yeah.
I'm sure his life was over at that time. But if his spirit was lingering, Paul saw that.